guys, welcome to Tech World Vlogs and Tesla. Today I'm visiting Tobermory and we're going to take a whole long boat ride, a boat cruise in Tobermory. I'm going to spend the day here in Tobermory, so join me on this adventure. We're going to do a walkthrough. This is the business area. You have an all-you-can-eat fish and chips restaurant over here. And lots of patios and lots of places you can come and eat, and those are the boat cruises that you can take. One thing I find here, it's a struggle to get parking. Parking is very difficult, and even with the boat cruise, you want to make sure you book in advance, or else you're gonna get a late ticket, and that's the challenge too. All right, so here we are at the sweet shop, and here is the usual place where you can get your fudge, sundae, ice cream, all your favorite sweet tooth craving. This is the shop where you can fulfill that craving. I'm not sure if I could video inside, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a look inside, and if I can video, I'll turn it on. But this is a must check out when visiting Tobermory. So that was the business center. There is so many unique experience here. You have the wood fire pizza shop over here. Looks awesome. Lots of different businesses that you don't necessarily find anywhere else. Look at this symbol. We have a canoe and they use it to plant vegetables inside. There's a couple of hotels. You gotta book early because this place is popular. It's on the northern end of Ontario. It's almost at the peak of Ontario. Oh, look at this. There's a little old-fashioned boat. This used to be the way to navigate the waters. It's awesome. And then there's a unique LCBO. So if you know Canada, you know there's always an LCBO. This is the only place you can get beer or alcohol, the LCBO license. That's a very unique location. And then there's the Tobermory Princess Restaurant and Hotel. So we're gonna turn back now and see what's on the other side of this road. All right, so we're walking past the marine. So you have the business center where all the restaurants are, and this is the marine where you can find all the yachts and crew boats. And then there's some like guest house all the way to the back there. We're gonna try to locate the lighthouse, which is one of the most iconic place in Tobermory. And Tobermory used to be a shipper's wreck yard where you can find all these old ships that got dislodged here during the war. So if you're visiting, this is one of the most interesting part of Tobermory, is all the shipwrecks that you'll find. And this is just a huge anchor from back in the days. Look at the chain size. So keep walking down, see what we see. Here we can see one of the signs, 300 years of upper lake navigation. This is one of the older ships here. This is the iconic miniature version of the lighthouse. See right over here. Alright folks, so these are closer look at the marine. There's all different types of boats and ships. Like I mentioned earlier, that you can get. There are people who own these ships for years, and in the summer is when you kind of see more of the activities on the ship. And if you're also wondering, there is these washrooms over here that you can use. But this is a great family outing, nice vacation getaway, and this is Tobermory. So hope you're watching this video. Like, subscribe, share. This is one of the most beautiful places in Ontario. It's the peak of Ontario. And we visited Collingwood a couple days ago, and then there's close to Wasaga Beach. But this is the Tobermory part of Ontario, the city of Tobermory. It's about 7,500 people in this weekend. And this is mostly a place where you come and take some water sport, water activity. There is people lining up there to board different boats or cruise. and go on the water. We are going to go in the water later on, so stick around for that video. See, behind me are the actual vehicle that line up. They're actually waiting for the ferry to come, and once the ferry comes, they're going to load the vehicle on the ferry and then go to different islands to explore. And this is a view of the Tobermory transportation. Alright, so over here we can see the ferry approaching. It's gonna approach right here so you can load into the vehicles into the ferry. It's a really beautiful color ferry, as you can see. We're gonna watch it as it docks right here and load some of the vehicles inside. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That's a pretty interesting operation for us. I've seen that before, and that's the ferry that brings the vehicle in and out of the island. They're taking off right now. Beautiful artwork, the representation of the Aboriginal community in Canada. And we'll leave it at that now. We'll keep walking around and see what we see. We got to head back. Our boat departs at 1:50 and it's 12:44 right now, so we're gonna head back to our boat very soon. Alright, after all the walking, time to sit down and snack. So we got our fried chicken and fries. We got water, we got drinks. We're gonna sit down and eat a little bit before we get on the boat cruise. And right here will be a nice spot for me to take the drone off, see the aerial view of this Tobermory Park. So yeah, let's get busy. There's some nice homemade fried chicken. Got some more over here, and we got all that in our camping bag over here. So let me go ahead and chum this down before we get on our next event. Alright, there we are. We are inside the boat. Alright guys, so we got a little bit closer. Right over there is the captain who's piloting the ship. And then over here is where we're at. We're at the edge of the boat. And then you can see we're taking off from the dock. So enjoy this trip. The breeze is blowing real nice. We have other folks there arriving.
The equipment includes self-inflating life rafts located on the upper deck. There are 3 life rings throughout the boat. and we carry a full complement of adult and child-size life jackets. On the upper deck, life jackets are located behind the wheel.
Right now, we have the captain making his announcement, and I probably have to take my hat off because it's so windy.
On either side of the vessel.
Small straps here, tie them up in a nice double knot. Take these long ones.
So I was just told the whole lighthouse was built in 1875 for $647. And it was actually, before the lighthouse was built, they were using lanterns to signal entry into the port. There it is. So we're actually over the shipwreck. That's crazy. You can see it here clearer without the reflection. That is an old ship that caught on fire. That is crazy. Oh, there's another one over there. Yeah. Yeah, look at the size of it. Yeah. Wow. So this shipwreck was from 1875. All different type of bouncy castle and floaty you can see on this lake. This is the Georgian lake. It must take some amazing balance to be in a kayak and standing up. I see some people actually standing up when they're on the kayak. So it's nice. And then we have these little small boats coming in. These are the speedboats. So that's the iconic lighthouse. Now we have a
Local waters of Lake Huron, 90 miles across is Alpena, Michigan.
It is super windy, but what the tour guide just said, it's 99 miles of the Lake Huron. This is the Georgian Bay in Tobermory. So I hope you guys like. I'm gonna turn off the video. I'll turn it back on when we approach the next island. Island over here is called Dr. Island. Sort of an abandoned island. Nothing really exciting happens there.
Fisherman's Channel gets its name from when Tobermory was a little fishing village. The fishermen used to go out in the morning, they'd do all their fishing, and by mid-afternoon they'd come into Fisherman's Channel, where it's always nice and protected, and they could clean their catch of the day. Fisherman's Channel on Georgian Bay.
Alright, you heard what our tour guide said. This is Fisherman's Channel in Georgian Bay. So this is where they would clean the fish in this little shallow bay here before they head in for the day. And it's so shallow you can actually see right down to the bottom. Here, I'll go, you save this spot, don't move from here, right? I'll go in and see. Alright guys, so this is the glass bottom where you can see all the way down to the bottom of the ship. So right here is actually a glass bottom. I don't think we can do the stairs, or I don't think we can go down.
Looking to our right-hand side along the shores of North Otter Islands here, you can see lots of that orange-colored stuff on the rocks. That's a living organism. It's a microorganism known as elegant sunburst lichen. Lichen is a cross between fungus and algae, and it only grows in the most pristine of environments.
Alright, so that is called lichen growing on the rocks. Another island, and this is also uninhabited. So this island over here is actually called Echo Island, and like our tour guide was saying, our captain was saying that when the fishermen or ship are coming into Tobermory, they would honk their horn and they will listen to the echo that comes off this island here, Echo Island. So that is a unique fact about this island. And again, one thing that is just absolutely amazing is that these rocks are so beautiful and the water is so clear that you can see right down to the bottom of these rocks. Alright, so you heard that? So this is Flowerpot Island, and it has a 4-kilometer hiking trail. It's the only island where you are allowed to hike. So that's very interesting. You're gonna get a better view of it in a second, but what's unique about this island is the rock formation. And it has some of the most iconic rock formations you'll ever see.
Keepers would stay here on the island, April through November. The buildings that you see on the cobble beach are their families. In 1969, the original wooden lighthouse was replaced with the automated tower that we have today. There's no need for lightkeepers after that. These buildings were all left abandoned. They sat that way up until 1996, when a local volunteer group known as Friends of Bruce District Parks came to fix these buildings up. We're still maintaining them here on the island today.
So you heard that, folks? That is the old wooden lighthouse at the top there. It was built in 1869. And this is the north end of Flowerpot Island.
Looking up on the cliff, you can see a large cave in the rock. There are more than 200 caves found here on Flowerpot Island. These were formed around the last ice age, about 12,000 years ago, when the glacial Lake Algonquin completely covered the islands. As the lake level slowly receded, it carved out the dramatic cliff faces and the many cave systems we can see today.
Wow. So this island is notorious for a lot of caves that was formed during the last ice age and the melting of Algonquin.
Also come into view. The flower pots we're seeing here on the island are a type of naturally occurring sea stack. These are a rock pillar formation formed over thousands of years by the naturally erosive forces found here on Georgian Bay. Wind, rain, waves, and ice all contributed to the erosion of the limestone cliff that once stood along the water's edge. Over time, this limestone was eroded more quickly than the harder dolostone deposits found within it, and eventually these deposits of harder rock were left behind as their own freestanding pillars, or as we know them, flower pots. If you take a look at the top right-hand corner of the big flower, you can see the profile of the face there in the rock. See the eye, the big nose sticking out of the rock, calling the one on the island, looking at our
So right over there, you can see the eye, the nose, and the mouth.
We're getting a nice view of the small flower pot here now, folks. If you're taking photos as we pass by the small flower pot,
Off our boat tour of Tobermory, and if you're ever here, make sure you try out the beaver tail right behind me. One of the best thing to try out is the beaver tail. It's been open since 1978, so we're gonna go try that out and then we'll head in home.